Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Month of the Full Moon here on Reaction and Review. Yes, guys, it's a brand new theme month. All this month, I'm going to be taking a look at movies from Full Moon Features, the studio which brought us the Puppet Master series. And speaking of Puppet Master, we are going to be kicking off the month with a franchise that's kind of similar and is also created by Charles Band. The movie came out in 1992. That movie is Demonic Toys. Now, as many of you know, my very first experience with the Puppet Master series was the movie Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys, and the same works here. I've never seen any other film in this series except for that god-awful Drek, and after watching the Puppet Master series, I very quickly learned that Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys was not exactly a good fucking ambassador for that, franchise. I'm kind of hoping that the same thing kind of, rings fucking true here. But the only way I'm going to find out is if I shut the fuck up and I push play and I hope that this thing is good. So, I'm going to do that right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Demonic Toys. I'm not sure if it's proper police, pro-fucking-seizure to kick a suspect after they have been cuffed. Maybe it's just me. Just seems a little excessive, Okay, she really is a stupid fucking cop. Who the hell randomly opens fire in a small enclosed room in hopes that somebody else in the building will hear them and not worry once about the possibility of ricochet, especially with all of the metal shelving inside of the fucking room? I understand that the people who wrote this probably weren't putting a lot of thought into this, but even just a little thought would tell you that that isn't a good idea in any sense. Alright, I totally understand that this isn't a normal thing to mention, but this fucking warehouse has got some real roomy air fucking shafts, man. It's big enough for two people to crawl around in them damn near side by side. What fucking warehouse has any kind of ventilation system with shafts that fucking big? I'm kind of curious now. I swear to God, these fucking toys are some of the most irritating goddamn things I've ever seen in a fucking movie. And I want baby fucking Oopsie, Daisy to die in the slowest, most grueling way possible. I can't stand that fucking toy, and I cannot wait for the moment when it's dead. So, the only way that this demon's able to inhabit her fetus is if he rapes her first. Sure. I'm gonna totally buy, that. Nothing else in this movie has made even the slightest lick of fucking sense. Why the hell would I expect this demon's grand scheme to make any fucking sense at all? Well, guys, that was Demonic Toys. Let me shut this shit off. Okay. Wow. I really wasn't expecting it to be good, but I was at least expecting it to be interesting. I guess I'm kind of showing. I guess that by saying that I'm kind of sort of showing my hand a little. Yeah, this movie is this fucking movie. Shit, where the hell to start? Let's start with the writing, because, oh god, there's so many problems with the writing, specifically with our villain, who is this demon. Now, this demon apparently has been trapped in... His spirit has been trapped in this warehouse for 66 years. His power is... His power cannot... He comes right out and says it. His power cannot go beyond the walls of this warehouse. And he only has enough power to essentially animate all of the toys within the warehouse. Yet he claims to have lured this pregnant police officer in there, even though the only reason why she went into the warehouse is because she was chasing a criminal who shot and killed her partner slash, I'm going to assume, boyfriend, since he's the one who got her pregnant. So the demon had no hand in that unless the demon somehow drove the criminal towards the warehouse, but then that means that the demon's power goes beyond the walls of the warehouse, which means he fucking lied, or it just means that the fucking clown who wrote this didn't know what the fuck he was writing. Okay, that's just one of the many problems with this movie. Besides the fact also that the demon is incredibly irritating every single time he fucking speaks. That, though, can be levied to every fucking character in this movie. There isn't a single likable character in this entire goddamn movie. Every single time a character begins to speak, I cringe. That's how bad the dialogue was in this thing. And the story didn't help it any, because the story is absolute clown shit. It is not good. Now, I'd like to talk about our evil toys, at least the major ones, because right towards the end, all of a sudden, every single toy in the fucking warehouse is coming to life. But really, this focuses on about 4 of them. Only one of them actually gets named on screen, or gets named in the film, and that is Baby Oopsie. It's Baby Oopsie Daisy, who's this little fucking, like, baby doll puppet, or baby doll toy, like one of those old ones that is able to, like, basically fucking, like, blink its eyes and, like, piss its pants, all that other kind of nasty shit. Actually, it doesn't claim to piss its pants. Baby fucking Oopsie Daisy comes right out and says that it shits its pants. Yeah, that's classy. While I'm on the subject, out of all the characters in the movie, Baby Oopsie, Daisy is the most vulgar in the entire film. Out of all of that irritating little shithead's lines, maybe one is devoid of a foul word or a swear word. In other words, this stupid toy swears more than I do, and I didn't think that was possible. So anyway, that's one of the reasons why the character is so damned annoying, and I wished it dead within a few seconds of seeing it. And after having to deal with it through 3/4 of the movie, I finally snapped. And well, you guys probably saw that. I believe I left that in when I was editing. I don't know yet because I haven't started editing yet. Anyway, is there any character with any kind of redeeming quality? No. There's also no character in this film who has any kind of personality or depth outside of, we have one cop, we have another cop who's pregnant, we have one criminal who dies very quickly, we have one night fucking watchman who dies pretty quickly, we have this friggin' like runaway who's hiding in the rather spacious air conditioning vents for reasons that are just barely explained. We have a guy who works for a chicken franchise who hates his job. And then we have the demon and all of his toy friends. That's it for characters. And that's also all of the depth we are going to get for them. I'm not asking, guys, for mountains and mountains of backstory and depth, but at least give me a reason to give a fuck about any of these goddamn characters. And the problem with that, of course, when you have characters who are that flat and that lifeless and that, dead, you cannot expect an actor, at least not a well-trained actor, to somehow take that and make something out of it. You can't. That is asking far too much. That is literally asking for things that will never, ever happen. So I am not going to blame the cast for phoning in all of their performances here. They were given literally nothing to work with. So yes, the acting in this thing from top to bottom completely sucks. And I'm going to put all of that blame onto this god-awful fucking script. In fact, I was looking at the credits for the guy who wrote this. Not only does he have story credit on The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises and Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, he also wrote the made-for-TV Nick fucking Fury movie, which was a piece of shit. He wrote Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys, which was a hunk of shit. He wrote Batman Begins. Many of you know I'm not a fan of Batman Begins. He wrote the entire Blade trilogy, of which only the first one was any fucking good. So yeah, this right here, guys, is just kind of sort of the tip. This here is sort of the tip of the bullshit iceberg, which is David S. Goyer's writing output. So yeah, I guess I shouldn't have expected much from writing. And of course, yes, and as I stated, the actors, they had nothing to fucking work with. Special effects. I was hoping that at least special effects would be like the shining spot in this thing. Because almost every full moon film I've seen which has had to utilize effects in some way, shape, or form do them incredibly well. But even here, the effects are shit, with the lone exception being a stop-motion toy soldier who shows up 3/4 of the way into the fucking movie. Otherwise, everything else is just puppets, except for the robot, which is just a robot, and then there's this like 6 foot tall like teddy bear monster thing, which is just a person in a suit. Otherwise, it's all just puppets, and they're incredibly ugly puppets. They're very poorly utilized puppets. And at many points, at least when it comes to baby Oopsie, Daisy, since that was sort of the primary toy in this film, you can see the arm sticking out of the back of the fucking doll. So yeah, guys, there was no effort to hide anything here, and the special effects suffer as a fucking result. Plus, also on top of that, everything here in terms of how these toys look, they all look absolutely ugly. The only one that even looks halfway decent is the fucking Jack-in-the-Box, and even then that there is sort of killed off by the fact that it, for whatever baffling reason, has a toy fucking rattle that it has to shake. You'd think that'd be more for the baby doll toy instead of the Jack-in-the-Box, but no, apparently a Jack-in-the-Box has to have a snake tail with a baby's fucking rattle attached to it. It was incredibly stupid, and I'm still trying to figure out why the hell that was. Camera work here was pretty good, and the sound mix was great. And also in terms of special effects, about the only thing which was done even half well were all of the lightning effects, electrical effects, laser effects. All of those look decent. It's just all of the fucking puppeteering looked terrible, and the one brief glimmering thing is the fucking toy soldier, and that's just some by the numbers stop fucking motion. And that guy's was literally it in terms of good fucking effects. So yeah, let's see, like camera work's good, the sound mix was good, the lighting there was good. Ultimately, could I possibly recommend Demonic Toys? No. Hell no. You guys could go watch Puppet Master, you could go watch Blood Dolls. There are so many better evil toy films that have been done by Full Moon Features. And this son of a bitch is absolutely horrible. I kind of have hopes that the other two movies in this set are going to be at least decent. Especially since we can only go up from here, okay? This right here, there's no way in hell that both of these are gonna suck worse than this son of a bitch did. Now, Demonic Toys came off the Amazon.com wish list. The person who sent it in is a friend of mine. Her name is Kari, and her YouTube channel is youtube.com/user/firefoxkari. And Kari, thank you, because I have spent years wondering if Demonic Toys was any good at all, and you gave me that chance. I really wish it would have been better, but you know what? Frankly, it still honestly could have been a hell of a lot worse, but it also was incredibly disappointing, especially considering the other films I myself have watched from fucking Full Moon Features, which have the same kind of gimmick of evil toys. This one here is kind of the bottom. This is sort of the bottom of that, barrel. So yeah, guys, go ahead and swing on over to Kari's channel and check out everything she has. And as for me, guys, well, we have just started, and hopefully the rest of this month will not be as bad as this horrible thing was. But hey, the only way I'm going to find out is if I sit down and I watch them, and well, I've got all fucking month to do it. So, yes, guys, with that, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.